Okay, we are at Clos in the Flanders and we're interviewing Peter Colemont, the winemaker of perhaps the best wine made in Belgium. Peter, tell us your story and your adventure in winemaking in Belgium. It's not something people expect from this country.
So I don't know if I'm making the best wine of Belgium, but what I try is to make a very good wine of quality. And we are standing in the vineyard Clos. It may have this name Clos because it's surrounded by a wall, like you can see, a very high wall that protects the vineyard from the north behind me. So the cold winds that come from the north are blocked. So that makes that the wall creates a temperature that's a little bit higher than in the surroundings. The wall has been built by the people of the castle Opleeuw, the castle that you can see there. It's only 1/3 left. It was much more bigger many years ago, and they built that wall because these people were able to do some trips to the south of France and Italy, and so they came in contact with nice vegetables and other kinds of fruits than we have in the northern part of Belgium, and they liked it and they wanted to eat too, but the agel and delhaize and things like that didn't exist, so they had to cultivate it themselves or not eating it. But for cultivating them, these things in open area, it was not so successful. So they made this wall, this surrounding, to make a little bit higher the temperature. And then they planted not only vegetables and kind of fruit, but also grapes, a little vineyard. And then they could enjoy these nice things. How old is the wall? Nobody can tell me, but there are a lot of nails into the wall, and a specialist told me that all the nails are made one by one by, I don't know in English, forgeron. Forgeron.
They're like a blacksmith.
Yes,
Blacksmith,
so
yeah.
nail by nail. So it's old, but nobody knows how old it is. In these Clos d'Opleeuw are growing more or less 4,500 chardonnay and a little bit pinot noir grapes. Very important for a good situation is of course the exposition to the south, and if you can see the sun is shining onto me, the sun comes up there in the east and it will shine on the wall and the vineyard all the day. So that's ideal, and much more important is the drainage.
Draining of the water.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can have the ideal exposition, the ideal underground, you can have everything ideal. If the drainage is not okay, you will not make a good wine. And that they knew, of course, also. So we had this week more or less 45 liters on 2 days, and even that you will not feel that it's wet.
Of rain. 50.
Yeah, no, not
Yeah.
at all. So
Very
that's important, and we have, I don't know, but the, how do you say, the slope?
The slope,
The slope is for more for 7%.
degrees, yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so
Yeah, you can see.
that is very good for making a good quality. Now the grapes are already in a good ripeness, if you can see, beautiful yellow already, and I am still waiting some weeks so that they will become very good ripe, because I don't want to make a sparkling wine but a quiet wine,
Still wine.
a
Yeah.
still wine, and therefore the ripeness must be higher.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm waiting. But a lot of my colleagues already harvested, but I prefer harvesting very ripe for having a very good quality. Okay?
And can you tell us about the your adventure in winemaking, you were doing something else before, and then about 12, 13 years ago, you decided to start making high quality Burgundy style wine in Belgium.
So many years ago I was a teacher of economics in a college in Saint-Tron, Sint-Truiden. And I was already passionate by drinking good wines and so on and so on. And then I met a wine grower in a village here, 5 minutes from here. And so he motivated me to put some vines into the ground, 30 vines, so I did it. And then I saw 30 vines doesn't give a lot of volume, and it's very difficult to make wine with a small volume. So I put another 30 and then another 100 and another 50. And then that was it. And then I had to choose, is it going to stay a hobby or will I do something professional with it? And so I could buy this Clos, and so I planted 4,500 vines. And then I slowly had to leave my job as a teacher in the college. And now at the moment I'm working in this vineyard, and I'm still teaching 3 evenings in Hasselt, in the hotel school, where I'm teaching wine science and also the match between wine and gastronomy. That's what I'm giving there too, and it's only for adults who can come and follow these courses. And that's of course much nicer job than teaching guys of
Economics.
15, 16, 17 years old who are more or less not interested anymore in what the teacher is telling. And so I'm happy that I changed.
So 4,500 plants, which means how many bottles more or less per year? I'm sure it changes
Yes, it
from year to
changes,
year, but
average you can say between 3,000 and 4,000 bottles.
okay. And you have a special mini plot in this Clos, which you make the prestige wine.
Yeah, so not every year, but when the quality is very high, I make a special prestige cuvée. So where I use more or less the grapes that are against the wall because it's much warmer, and then I pick out the best grapes in the vineyard, and then I will do a vinification apart, and after the whole process I will taste it and I will see can it be much better as the rest, and if it is I can put it in a special cuvée. If not, I don't make it.
And do you use wood?
Yes,
barrels?
I use oak, more or less 30% new wood every year.
French oak or
French oak.
French oak?
Yes.
30%.
Yes, from the region of Allier.
Okay.
That's a special wine region that is for my type of wine the best place.
Questions?
Did you follow courses in France, or do you have friends in France with whom you correspond for making wine?
I was on the CAFA Institute in Bordeaux, and I also followed at the university in Suze-la-Rousse, it's in the neighborhood of Avignon, that region. And I work also on some domains in in Burgundy, like, I don't know if you know, but Marcolin, say it something, or Jean-Marc Rouleau in Meursault,
The best.
and in Domaine de l'Arlot in Nuit Saint-Georges, they make also white wine. So because of course you have to learn it from professionals. I could learn it myself without any help, but then I should become 1,000-year-old.
Yeah.
And that's not yet medical possible. So I take profit of the knowledge of the specialists over there to improve the quality of my wine. And because I'm totally not dangerous for them, because I have a small superficie, Huh?
Small land, yeah.
Small land, and I'm already long ago a client of these domains. So for a client, they will help me better than the neighbor.
Because the neighbor is a threat and you're not a threat.
Can be a threat, yes, but it's logical. Eh? I mean, if you are in a business and you are on holiday and your business is situated in Belgium and there's a Danish or a Swedish guy who is in the same business in his country, if you meet each other, you will talk about your problems and how do you solve that problem, and the Danish guy will say, no, you have to do it like this, then the client will be, and so on, and you are open. But if you are there and you are having a business in Belgium, in Brussels, and there's also a guy from Aalst who is doing the same business, or Mechelen, then you will say, oh, today it's not so easy, oh, the administration and the clients are difficult, and you will not tell anything else. It's normal. You protect your
Philippe,
house.
Michel? Christian?
No.
Okay, so we can stop for a
Okay.
moment and
Yeah,
maybe do
okay.
some more later. Yeah. Go.
So you can see the grapes are in a good shape. They are healthy. No diseases. You cannot see diseases. The leaves are very green, very good. So the sun is shining. So today, I'm sure I will have 20 kilo pure sugar more. On one day, every day, if the sun is shining like this, I'm having 20 kilo pure sugar more in the grapes. So I calculated it, and you can see that the grapes are not everywhere, but only on the part below. That's not because it are special plants, it's because the wine grower is doing the work and cutting away the grapes that are higher. The grapes near to the ground are the best quality and have the most sugar. So, and in La Taille to prune, they say in
Yeah.
English, I think. The way of pruning, it's guyot simple. You can see the French say one baguette, and then there are the grapes. It's only one baguette that I use. It's a kind of pruning. There are so different ways of pruning, but it's the wine grower who has to choose what is for him the best way of working. Okay?
And you are removing also the leaves around the grapes.
Yes.
So it's more sun on the...
You must be careful with doing that because they can burn the grapes. But now at this moment the sun is not hot anymore, so I took away the leaves so that the grapes can be can stay healthy, because if it's surrounded of leaves, then the botrytis can come and destroy your heart.
ventilation.
Yes, the ventilation. But it's a lot of work. By hand, all the leaves, so I have a lot of work. If you want to make quality, it's a lot of work. If you work industrially, it's not so many work, but it's not interesting in Belgium to work industrially, then you can better go to South Africa or Chile to make wine, because there the costs are different. So to survive in Belgium, you can only survive if you make quality. If you don't choose for quality, you are economically dead before you start.
I guess so the grapes are handpicked.
They are hand-picked. It's better to hand-pick, although all the people who sell machines to pick by machine will tell you that it's the same quality. But I understand why they tell that,
Yeah.
of course.
They say with a machine you can harvest faster at the same time, so you
Yes.
get a more homogeneous.
Yes,
But
yeah.
for a small plot like this, maybe it's not
Yeah,
interesting.
that's
Yeah.
And I know a lot of famous domains in France that are very big in Bordeaux, and they pick it with the hands also. The only thing you have to do that you have to have more people, and that costs money. So a very good argument to pick it by machine when they come to to propose you a machine to sell it, it's always a question of money. That's an argument they use.
Yeah.
Oh, we can, and you can do it day and night, even when it rains, you can pick up, and so on and so on. So, and I saw already a lot of machines picking grapes when it's raining. Huh? It has also an advantage that the volume goes higher.
A lot of water.
So quality wine you have to pick with your hands. Of course, if you're not having enough people to harvest, it's better to use a machine than to harvest 10 days too late.
Yeah.
That's true.
So where do you get your people to work here? Is it locals?
With our friends.
From France?
No,
Friends. Okay, okay.
Friends and passionate people who love to drink good wine.
Okay.
Yes.
And did you choose Chardonnay and Pinot Noir for a reason? I know you want to follow the Burgundy model, so these are the grapes. Or
Yes, but you cannot choose it if the soil and the climate is not available. But that was possible, and then very important is that I choose for this grape because I like very much Pinot Noir to drink, and I like very much Burgundy white wine. And if you are making something you like to drink, you can much better make it. Like in the gastronomy, if you have to cook for your friends and you have to cook something you don't like to eat yourself, you cannot make it very good. You have to choose something you like too, and then you will have a much better way of making it. Yep.